Thanks very much. So we founded the company on the basis that something really magical happens when a person with influence says something that resonates with others and causes them to take an action. Try and do this multiple times. Big problem for marketers. Compounded with the fact that this really linear funnel, purchase funnel that brands and marketing folks loved because they felt they controlled it, is blown up. Mobile, social did a good job of that. Every year, the number of touch points that a consumer or a buyer goes through in the journey doubles. Almost 60% of the time, a buyer would have made a decision on who they're going to buy from before they engage with the brand. How did marketers get in the way of this? How do they control this? How do they start to insert themselves into this buyer's journey? We believe that by turning touch points into trust points, you're able to take that buyer through the journey in a much more predictive way, and in a sense, help to determine the outcome. So that when it does come to that 60%, the chances are they're choosing you versus anybody else. Now let me just give you a little bit of the how. This company was formed out of technology from Cornell University in natural language processing. Tough area. We talk about computational milestones. This is one of them. How do we take 5-6 million sources, whether it's news, online journals, magazines, blogs, tweets, Google+, Facebook posts, and extract what are people thinking, feeling, and saying? And how do we do that at scale? Hundreds of millions of these opinions are flowing into our database every single day. And then how do we allow a brand to identify the topic, the industry, the product that they'd like to focus on, and find those people that when they speak about cloud computing, they cause other people to take an action. They cause other people to write, quote, blog, tweet, on which publications, on which networks, and how many times. And all of that gets put into the SaaS-based model, which allows marketers to go and do some really interesting things when it comes to turning touch points into trust points. We took over a year's analysis with these brands to figure out how they were using our platform to do influence-based marketing. And the net result of that was we ended up with 6 what we called ignition modules. And these modules allow brands and marketers to focus on where they want to insert themselves in that buyer's journey. The area we're going to focus on today is content marketing, because our thesis is that every brand is a publisher. Every brand has a destination site where they're trying to build a community, and that community is driven off the content that they create. So we have one Fortune 500 company who will remain nameless, who basically created a portal, and the whole objective of this portal was to figure out how many more leads and what was the quality of those leads that they were driving as a result of interaction with the portal. The success of this was, frankly, beat everybody's expectations. The thing I want to focus on here is that first one, the lift in brand influence. We have something that's unique in that we can measure on a brand, a product, an issue, how many influencers and how influential are they on a particular topic, and give a specific score that you can then measure over time. Now, how did we do this? 2 components, inventory and then distribution. On the inventory side, how did we find what these influencers were saying and hone in on very specific themes and concepts that put them right into the most thoughtful, engaging topics around cloud computing? How did we find the most engaging people that were writing really interesting content on some of those subtopics and get them to syndicate that content onto the portal? We knew these people. We understood everything about what they were thinking, feeling, and saying. So engaging with them is really easy. And the last piece of this is, how do we understand where our content should be published? How do we take our content and go and syndicate it on really engaging and cool sites? Well, guess what? We know where the most thoughtful opinions are being published, and that's where you target. And the last piece of this is measurement. Our ability to measure over time exactly how am I doing, and allow you to course correct as a result. Thank you very much.